Hello everyone, it's Charlie from WrestleVision, and today we will be launching Ozwatch. What is Ozwatch, I hear you ask? Ozwatch is a series that will hopefully help bring light to the Australian independent wrestling scene. A scene that I and many others feel is underrated and on the cusp of a boom period like we've never seen before. And as you may be able to tell from my accent, I come from a land down under. Today we will be looking at major companies of the Australian scene. There are 4 companies I'll be focusing on: Explosive Pro Wrestling, Melbourne City Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Australia, and World Series Wrestling. So, let's get into it. Melbourne City Wrestling is arguably the biggest wrestling company in Australia and calls Melbourne its home, obviously. Their current roster includes rising stars Robbie Eagles, Adam Brooks, and Shazza McKenzie, with current WWE superstars Buddy Murphy, Peyton Royce, and Dakota Kai all recognised as alumni and former champions at MCW. Except for Dakota. Sorry Dakota, you'll win the big one someday. MCW have had notable guests appear on their shows in Tony Storm, Bad Luck Fale, and the man who is, in my opinion, the best wrestler in the world today, Kazuchika Okada. You can find MCW at vimeo.com/ondemand/MCW Encore and subscribe for the low price of $9 Australian or £5 a month. Pro Wrestling Australia is the top company in New South Wales. Yep, if you didn't know, there is a New South Wales. Their current roster includes Jonah Rock, who's the PWA World Champion, Shazza McKenzie, the PWWA Champion, Robbie Eagles and Madison Eagles, who is Robbie's sister-in-law, and the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Former members of their roster include Billy Kay and Peyton Royce of the Iconics, Rhea Ripley, and Tony Storm from the Mae Young Classic. In August 2017, PWA hosted their 10th anniversary show, which was headlined by Robbie Eagles vs Will Ospreay for the PWA World Heavyweight Championship. This match set the wrestling world on fire, and the match is free in its entirety on YouTube. The link will be in the description below, so go check it out. It's phenomenal. If you like what you see, you can find PWA at prowrestlingaustralia.pivotshare.com. Explosive Pro Wrestling, or EPW, is one of 2 wrestling companies based in Western Australia. Their roster is probably the least star-studded of the 4 in this video, but that doesn't stop them from being a fantastic wrestling company. With the likes of Damian Slater from the WWE Cruiserweight Classic, Gavin McGavin, Davis Storm, and Allison Cruz in their wings, EPW has the potential to be one of the biggest wrestling companies in Australasia. Their biggest alumni are Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste, who are now known as Shane Thorne and Nick Miller of The Mighty in NXT, an homage to the stable they founded, The Mighty Don't Kneel, that is still wreaking havoc today in Australia under Jonah Rock and Damian Slater. I was fortunate enough to go to EPW vs Progress a few months ago, and I can say firsthand that EPW has a bright future and that their talent has no problem hanging with the likes of Pete Dunne, Tony Storm, and Travis Banks. You can find EPW on vimeo.com/channels/EPW Perth. Finally, World Series Wrestling is a touring company that doesn't call any particular region of Australia home. Sporting the likes of Brian Cage, John Morrison, Austin Aries, and the Young Bucks, their roster has by far the most recognisable names from a non-Australian viewpoint, and it is a perfect jumping-in point if you're looking to get into the Australian scene, although any of the other options on this list would showcase more homegrown Australian talent, in my opinion. They can be found on the Global Wrestling Network. And that's the end of this episode of Ozwatch, where we keep an eye out for the rise of the Australian scene. The question of the day for this debut episode is, do you think the Aussie scene will have a boom like the UK did? I personally believe they will, but let us know down below in the comments section. You can join the discussion here and over on Twitter at WrestleVisionYT. Go chuck us a follow, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to The Vision. I've been Charlie, you've been awesome, and I will see you guys next time on Ozwatch.